Hello everyone. In case this is the first time you're tuning in to my channel, my name is Muhammad and I am a Hodgkin lymphoma survivor. So I was diagnosed like a small, short, like info about what happened with me. So I was diagnosed back in 2007 and I underwent bone marrow transplant in 2010 due to a relapse. And I have been in remission for the past 10 years. So this is like a great news. And to be honest, it's like it became like a habit to upload the video whenever I felt like there is something that needs to be addressed. And this is the first time I write some sort of an outline for my video, because usually I just blurb things out and I just like say whatever that comes to my mind. But like this is a huge and important milestone, I believe, and I believe I should address some of the issues, actually two issues that I have noticed during these 10 years that have passed. So first of all, I need to speak about the Chemobrain effect. Like here in the Middle East, it's not that well recognized and it's not well addressed, to be honest. And based on that, it's not treated. So basically, you kind of forget things that happened to you or happens to you. It depends on the severity of the cases. And for me, luckily, since I'm like a medical professional in a medical profession, so I learned how to cope with it. Okay, some stuff gets like completely erased from my memory, so to speak, which are not important, like people that I have met once or something like that. So basically you can cope with that, I guess. And you can overcome it. Don't lose hope, and keep practicing and keep doing those mind exercises, so to speak, like Sudoku and stuff like that. It helps really a lot in obtaining your memory. And you can like even have like some sort of like natural supplements after consulting your doctor, to be honest. This is the first issue, the Chemobrain issue, which I found out that it is really something that's worth mentioning, and it's not addressed, so to speak. And the second part, which is like a delicate subject, so to speak, it involves anxiety and depression after being declared in remission. So basically, each year we have, like all of us survivors and even like cancer patients, we have this scan anxiety, so to speak, before any scan or before any test. Basically, we have like these symptoms that look a lot like the ones that we had when we first diagnosed, and it plays some tricks on our minds that we might be having the cancer again. And luckily 10 years have passed now and I'm cancer free, but each year I face the same anxiety over and over again. I started working at a cancer center back in 2017, so for 3 years now. It was kind of like paying back to the community, because I was a cancer patient and I wanted to help people. So first year was awesome. I was able to function really good. The second year I had like some sort of an incident that placed me in kind of a spiral, and it made me dip into depression. But luckily, with the help of my friends, my family, and professional help, I was able to overcome this. The upcoming years, I became the chief resident at the institute, and that entailed a lot of like work and a lot of responsibility, so to speak. So starting this year with the corona and the COVID and all this isolation thing, I started to have like these weird symptoms. Each time it was something. The first thing that happened, I believe, it was like having dry eyes. Like I started to wake up with my eyes so dry and so painful, and I started treating them with like eye drops and stuff, and it resolved. Then I started to wake up from my sleep with like chest pain, and then I went to a heart doctor, a cardiologist, and we ruled out anything like my heart was perfectly fine after extensive tests. And after that, I started to have like it was so simultaneous, so to speak. Like every time I rule something out, something else happens. So next, I started to have like a heartburn, and I went to a gastroenterologist, and we ruled again. Everything was perfectly awesome. Then I started to have like this weird abdominal pain, and we ended up doing a whole body CT scan, which again turned out to be negative. And what was really weird, that every time we do the test and we rule this issue out, it completely dissolves, like it disappears completely, which made me think that like after 4 or 5 times, like 4 different like symptoms, like I realized that it must be something psychological. So I went to seek a professional help, and apparently I did not notice that I was swamped with work. It was like a new application season, and I was in charge of a lot of stuff in addition to my clinical work and my research. So basically I was more than ever overwhelmed, and I was doing my best to stay focused and keep coping with whatever was going on. But apparently my body was sending signals that I should stop, like I should stop because it's affecting me. And apparently I was suffering from burnout. Like I was doing more that my body can handle. So basically I went to the program director and I told him that blah blah blah, this is what happened. And he was more than considerate, to be honest. And unfortunately I had to step down from my position as chief and like go back to my normal clinical and research duties without the extra responsibilities that was opposed on me. In the same time, to be like, I forgot to mention, I was like going through some exams, like some life determining exams. So I believe this all added to the pressure. But now I'm perfectly doing awesome, to be honest. Like I'm back on track. I'm like being able to keep up with my studies, keep up with my research, keep up with my clinical part of the job. And another thing that I've noticed, that it's like one of the major parts that we overlook sometimes is the people around us. So basically, we feel that, sometimes, I believe people in general, not cancer patients, so to speak, but people in general feel that once they find like a nice person or suitable person in their life, they clinch onto them, so to speak. And they believe that these people, like, they are the perfect individuals. But some people, what they don't notice, that they might be stuck in a toxic, so to speak, friendship or relationship or whatever. And this, with the cancer, with the anxiety, with everything that's going on in our lives as survivors and cancer patients, like, we deserve much better, so to speak. We deserve people that do not have any baggage. so to speak. You know, like we have enough baggage in our lives. Like we have a lot going on in my mind, in our mind, so to speak. So we don't need, like we can handle some sort of other people, you know, baggage, but you know, like we can't, like we have to think about ourselves, like we have to prioritize ourselves, because we matter the most, to be honest. We've been through hell and we deserve to be happy, so to speak. Like, yes, we can be, you know, what's the word? We can be compassionate with other people, but it has a certain limit. It has a certain, like, there is like a certain line you should draw, and at that line you come first. Like, you matter the most, to be honest. I mean, this is what I wanted to say, that don't think that since you are a cancer patient and you are a survivor that you missed the train, so to speak. Like, you need to hold on to these people that accepted you in order to keep them in your life, because you might never find another person to fill that position. But to be honest, it's not the case. Like, there are a bazillion people out there, and you don't have to put up with this person or that person because you think that they are like one in a million. There are other people out there, so be like 100 positive that your happiness 100% positive that your happiness is the most important thing in the world, and you should focus on that. You should focus on staying happy, and you should focus on achieving each anniversary each year, because it's a blessing. We have been granted a new life. We have been granted this new opportunity, so we don't have to screw it up. And we shouldn't allow people to screw it up for us, because we deserve the best and we deserve to be happy, as I said. I'm trying not to repeat myself, but I hope you got the message. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching, and you feel free to check the other videos. I also made like a stupid like blog about COVID. So yeah, that's all. And thank you very much for all the old subscribers. Thank you so much for like being there and for supporting. And thanks to my family in the first place, my mom, my dad, my sisters, and my brother. And thanks a lot for my friends, the ones who, you know, kept supporting me and kept, you know, being there for me all the time, no matter what. And please stay safe, especially those of you who are taking chemotherapy now. Please stay safe, since it's like Corona time. And please try your best to be happy, okay? It might be difficult sometimes, but do your best and surround yourself with people that can ensure your happiness, okay? Thank you very much. Bye.